Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. mjking8's, his first carry. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. It'll go as a gain of 10 on a Kansas City first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it could be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on 2nd down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Now it's Hines. Call it a gain of a yard, and it's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
When the rep, let's go right here. Mike check 33. Come on, 37.
From the gun on 3rd down, Mahomes. They'll find Hines out of the backfield. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. It's a pickup of 6 and good enough to move the chains.
Yellow. Go on, 80. The rip lift. That's 7. Let's go. Check back 33. Check back 33. All day. Hey, Sunday. Right side.
They'll run on 1st down. Muhammad, 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
At the Texans' 38-yard line.
The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Shoot. 15.
This is Hines. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup, and it's 3rd down.
Yellow. Wait. 55 to Mike. Yeah. You don't want to know. Go, baby.
And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, partner, if we had their entire playbook in front of us, I'm not sure we would have picked out that play as the one to run in that situation. How about the guts of the offensive coordinator? Dialing that one up, and to great success.
Wait. I'm on 80. We want this.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Flush to his right. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
I like the play call. Roll him out. Give him a chance to run it or throw it. In this situation, he decided to fling it, but couldn't find his man open.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29.
Hey, 43, 15. Check my 33. Mike check 33.
Here's Mahomes to throw. Forced out to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down.
52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic. Here we go, D.
Now here's Mahomes. And able to find Green. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Hines. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. Third down and goal now, and this Houston defense not backing down. They'll look for one more stop. On third down, Muhammad slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
A 23-yard attempt.
And the kick by Butker is good. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better than they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
Let's go.
Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Watson. And the catch made by Hopkins. And all the way down to the 29. The Clemson connection. Watson to Hopkins for a big one. 46 yards.
And the Texans first down.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports.
Chiefs 3, Texans 0.
Reset. 19. Not yet. Alert. Check shot. Check back.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And this one complete to Will Fuller. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a 2-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Watson. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Frank Clark fighting his way home to get the sack.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Following the sack, it's now 3rd and long for Watson and the Texans. Here's Watson. Steps away to his left. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So no sack. He gets back to the line of scrimmage, but it'll still bring up a 4th down.
Well, the defensive guys won't be real happy because there won't be a sack on this play because he did get back to the line of scrimmage. But what a job they did overall. Hemmed him in and gave him nowhere to go with the football.
So a return of serve, so to speak, here on the second drive of our game as they respond to that opening field goal with 3 of their own.
I like that. Go a little tennis on me.
I know you. You like to mix it up with sports.
They crack a forehand back out and they get a backhand. What was the start? What was the return on?
It was a backhand.
I like that.
Really good backhand.
With some nice top spin on the whole thing. I love it. Almost a mirror image when you really get down to it. I thought that was pretty good stuff.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
25 yards that time.
Out on these two. There's a little lane. Screen, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Check nickel. Yellow.
Here's Hines. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle. And oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
Flushed out right. Green brings it in. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run with Hines. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Nyheim Hines, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chiefs have taken the lead.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run. And one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
This will be fielded at the 6. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Just a lone field goal for him so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Now a deep ball here, hauled in just past the 50. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Out of the gun, Watson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Gotta imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Now it's Watson. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Frank Clark able to record his 5th sack of the season.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Back to throw, Watson. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Juan Thornhill. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
The Chiefs in good position to start out as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. They're throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. First down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
Yellow. Let's go on, Eddie. Let's go, D. Let's go. Watch the eye.
On first down, Hines. He'll fight forward for a couple down inside the 40.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
You ain't going nowhere. Check line, check line. Yellow.
On second down, it's Hines. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
Well, when we go back to our conversation with the defensive coordinator, that type of a play was not a surprise to him. He expected trickery in this game, yet somehow his defense, they still took the cheese and got caught in the mousetrap.
Everyone got four down. Hey, check Mike 33. Check Mike 33. No chance.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
As the field starts to get condensed, the defense likes that a lot because now you don't have as much space to cover, but a well-run corner route there.
Yellow. I'm coming. Pick the edge. Come.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
They'll run with Muhammad. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Hines. Oh, and they had it stopped short of the first, but a penalty marker down. And that looked like a clear face mask to me. No gain on the play, and what to do now on 4th and goal.
Watch the pass.
They'll try to run this one in. And he is in. Touchdown, Kansas City. Nyheim Hines, his 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Chiefs are able to extend their lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 17-3. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Let's go.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. And the possession is theirs at their own 43-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
So first thing that crossed my mind is why didn't they just sit on the lead and take it to the locker room? They're in good shape.
Absolutely. And from this spot on the field, now you've given the other side a chance for points here going into intermission.
Yeah, you changed the momentum of the game, and it's something you did not need to do.
Eluding, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The Texans going to signal for their third and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Here's Watson. Being chased, and he's going to go down again. It's a loss of 3 on what should be the final play of the first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Around the NFL, a game going on in Washington, and the Redskins there out to an early lead. And we'll keep you abreast of how that one shakes out. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is a really, I'm doing it though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start this.
That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are back within a single score. Hopkins with the extra point, and that slices the lead down to 17-10. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs' offense about set to begin this drive. And last time, 1-play interceptions. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 27.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Mahomes going to throw. This pass going to be caught by Hardman. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run on 1st down. Hines. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
The tackle made at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 44-yard line.
From the 44, Mahomes. And that's complete. It's Green here. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 39.
17 yards.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
They'll rifle this one deep right side. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
First and 10 at their own 8-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive,
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Frank Clark in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
31's the mic. Twist. 31. Here we go. Check. Watch twist. Watch the twist. Check. 24.
Now Watson. He's letting this one go for Fuller. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. 20. 10. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller. 95 yards. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Hopkins. And that will level the playing field at 17 all. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get them down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Switch. Collect.
Now Mahomes. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, it's Hines. He's got a 1st down and then some at midfield. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Gets it to Hardman, a jet sweep, and he'll be taken down at the 34. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
On 2nd and 9, Mahomes. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
And the Texans have an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
Check 50, check 50. 43, 43. No, me.
Now a give, right side. Hines, they find some open field here. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Naeem Hines, 29 yards, as his guys are able to regain the lead. He's got the hat trick now of rushing touchdowns, also has his team the advantage.
And I'm looking at it 2 ways here. If I'm on defense, I don't care what they do now. I commit as many people as it takes to slowing him down running the football. Even if they want to hit me over the top on play action, I just don't let him beat me that way anymore. And if I'm him, I'm in the huddle calling the plays myself. I don't care what play call comes in. I tell my quarterback, guess what? You're handing it to me again.
And if I'm the quarterback, I'm saying, okay, that sounds good, right?
Smart quarterback.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And that recipe on their last drive that resulted in a touchdown looked pretty good, so they'll be hoping to do that once more.
And it takes me back to when we sat with the offensive coordinator and the head coach. They felt pretty good about their game plan and thought there were some holes in the defense, and they exploited them the last time out. Let's see if they can come back and put together a similar drive.
And we'll see if they can do just that. Looking for more there on 1st down, but this throw downfield incomplete. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10.
Alert, echo. 31's the mic. Here we go.
From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to let it go deep for the end. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Hopkins with the extra point, and that will tie us at 24. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Throwing now is Mahomes. And that'll be incomplete. He's lucky to be getting that one back.
After what they've done with him all day long with all the targets trying to go after him, he's obviously gotten smart and his pride has kicked in. Made a terrific play.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Mahomes hit. He lost the football. And the Texans scoop it. And it'll be 1st and goal at the 7-yard line.
With no running backs in the backfield to help pass protect, all the receivers in their patterns, it's going to be hot routes. If they sense a blitz or pressure on the quarterback, they've got to be prepared to break routes off early and get the football. In this case,
that is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. Deshaun Watson, 4 touchdown passes now in the ball game as his guys have now moved out in front. Extra point good by Hopkins, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive, and they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in capital letters. Turning it over, the other team takes it down and scores. That can be a deflator for a football team. Now it's up to the offense to get back out on the field and pick things up.
Now, they're out there. We'll see if they can pick those things back up.
At the 31-yard line.
Back now in Houston, it's the Chiefs with a football, but with work to do on the scoreboard. They trail as we start quarter number 4. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, 57, 57. Watch twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Call it a gain of 3, but not enough to move the sticks. It'll be 3rd and about a foot or 2. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll run it. This is Muhammad, and he'll be brought down with the first down and a late flag here, too. And he may get a few more tacked on for good measure. Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
Maybe a critical mistake at this juncture is now they've got a 1st and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 32. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Wow, between last week and this week, that's now 8 interceptions. 5 a week ago, now 3 here.
Well, he is so lucky that one of the defense coordinators I played for, a man named Ken Donahue, is not there right now. Because he saw that happen during his coaching career, and he grabbed the quarterback in the midst of a streak like this and said, tell you what, son, why don't you throw it to the defensive guys, and let's see if our receivers can intercept it.
Well, he's got to figure something out because the current formula is not working. Got out of the pocket, didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it, live to fight another down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up, 2nd and 10. Play action from Miller. Now Watson. This one brought in by the 6'5" tight end Waring. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a 1st down. Watson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Watson. He finds Hopkins complete. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line. A gain of 6 there on 1st. A cool little accomplishment for him passing the football. 25,000 yards. He just surpassed that for his career.
When he was a little guy in the backyard just throwing it around probably with his dad, he thought about playing in the NFL. He dreamed of it. But to put up these kind of numbers while doing so, that's got to be kind of cool for him. He'll enjoy the heck out of thinking about that when this one is over. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Just like that. Just like that. 54. 31 to Mike. 26. 31 to Mike. 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 31 31's the mic. 31's the mic.
3rd and 2. Watson. He's going to look deep end zone for Hep. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Good positioning, and it's picked off. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter. Turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. An outstanding pickup there for the Chiefs. 57 yards on the ground. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. On 1st down, Muhammad. He's got the 1st down inside the 10. And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. A very important extra point there, up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Again, it's Miller. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run for it with Miller. And he will not get there as they stop him short right around the 34-yard line. Just a yard on the run there, and that's going to bring us to a 4th down. Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They will indeed snap it to Watson. And he finds Hamilton. That's complete. Just a gain of 3, but they'll certainly take it as they convert on 4th down. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You still have to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. A 1st down carry now for Miller. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Off of play action, it's Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. That is caught. Hopkins for the Texans touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, 61 yards. And they are able to break the tie and move out in front here in this 4th quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Following the touchdown, Dustin Hopkins will kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Well, the drive starts with a completion left side, and he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. They'll look to throw. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans' 37.
First down, Kansas City.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. He'll look to throw. That's complete to Hines out of the backfield. Call it a pickup of 7, and it'll be 3rd down. He's back to throw. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Reed. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The Texans take over 1st and 10 at their own 6-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Backed up now from their own 4 as they come up 2nd down. And they will take a knee here.
Watson on the keeper. A loss of a yard. It's now 3rd and 13.
So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for Houston, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for the Chiefs, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Jaguars in Jacksonville. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Toronto Thunderbirds and the Atlanta Falcons. The final playoff push is upon us. It's Week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23.
Here we go. Go, Sack. 58, it's Mike. 6-man. Ready? Check cross.
On first down, Darnold. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. I'm not sure exactly what they had planned for play number 1 from scrimmage, but I can guarantee it wasn't that interception.
No doubt about that one, because in their daydream, this was going to be a dream play to get things started. Instead, it turned into a nightmare for them.
Got 20. Hold on.
Here's Nick Chubb, former prep and collegiate star here in this state of Georgia. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 11th touchdown of the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point up and good by Catanzaro. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is fielded a couple yards deep.
You ain't going nowhere.
And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left. We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs, so they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them.
You better bring. I'm letting you know right now. You better.
Back to the air, Darnold on second down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 23, and he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Now this defense looking like they have come to play. The pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points. Get that 0 off the board.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another first and 10. Darnold. On the screen, this is Eckler. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just snuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down.
Safe. Hey, watch hands, watch hands. Here we go.
A first down throw, Darnold. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's taken down inside the 30. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Go 58 to Mike. You can't block me.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Yo, lady. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right there. You're trash. 58, boys, 58. 58, it's Mike. Watch the flag.
Topper!
Watch the flag. Pop. Watch twist. Twist. 58.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. That's complete, right around the 8. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well. Well, this is how you shape the thoughts of that interception on the last drive. You come out and start this one 4 for 4.
And watching him throw it around with that type of confidence reminds me of a guy I played with way back when who told me, I don't care if I throw 10 interceptions in a row, I'm going to stay confident and keep flinging it. I just figured there's something wrong with the football.
They come out here in the I. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. And they'll turn to the power game to try to get in. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal. Second and goal from the 1.
Get that quarterback at all costs. Check 99. Check safety.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he gets in. Touchdown, Atlanta. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Good work, boys. Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in. But I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Hey, one set. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 6'6". Pull it high.
They give the Chubb out of the gun. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football.
Right there, 54 miles. Ricky. Check. Fresno.
This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Took just 1 play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down.
Big ass. Oh, 80. Right over there. Yeah. Mike 58, right there.
Here's Darnold. Got a man open. That's Harry. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. The catch and run there, good for 16 in the 1st.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
Oh, 80. 58 to Mike. Red 80. Hey, Foxtrot. Look low.
And Darnold just beating the play clock. Escaping the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41.
Big series right here. We got to step it up. Under 10. Red 80. The red 80. Check 59, Mike. No 80. Mike to 59. He runs. Slam.
Darnold to throw again. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. 6 yards on the pickup, and all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him the football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
Lady, 58 to Mike. Keep it up, defense. Keep it up, guys. 58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58, right there. Target, 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 target. Back.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at third down here.
Watch safety creep. Watch safety creeping. Safety's creeping. Oh, 80. To Mike, 58. 58 to Mike. Hey, keep it up. Keep it up. Check three. Check three. Red 80. Hey, 58 is to Mike. Go 58. General West. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On third down, here's Eckler. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards on the pickup there. It's fourth down. Now Greg Joseph for the field goal try. This will be from 49 yards out. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check four now.
From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a 3rd down and 2. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on 2nd down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on 3rd down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
Delta. Mike 5-4.
3rd and 2, gone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
58, red 80. Let's go, deep.
Going on the ground with Eckler. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Check 37, check red 80. I got him, back smart, I got him.
Running on first down, Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Right back to him on first down. A gain of 3, second down.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's second and 7.
Hey, switch gears, switch gears. Lady. 58, 80. You got nothing today. You got nothing. 25, check 25, check 25. Alert flare, flare, flare.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. He's going to look end zone here for Cooper. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's third down.
Another dangerous throw there, partner. I mean, he's already thrown 2 interceptions here in the first half. I don't know if you want to keep throwing up 50-50 balls when you've had that kind of lack of success.
Yeah, absolutely. Very well could have been a third interception in half number 1. And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down.
Hey, Haywood. Mike's 59. Mike's 59. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
To throw is Darnold. Open man, right side is his running back. It's complete downfield. A big third down conversion with a gain of 28.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. So it's first and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. They'll try to run this one in. And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They come out here in the I. Second and goal from the 1.
Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Kill, kill, kill. Turn up. Jam, 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 jam. Mike's 57's right.
I don't even know why this team showed up.
Joker, 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 joker. Slam, slam.
On second down, Eckler. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Austin Eckler with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point up and through. And it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
It got his man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 35.
I think it's pretty safe to say that initially they had to be thinking about trying to get into field goal range. But after that shot right there, they've got to be thinking bigger right now.
And that was probably their thought offensively. If we hit this, great, let's go for the end zone. If not, settle for a field goal. Looks like they can try to hit pay dirt.
Line's 50, line's 50. I got you.
Now a first down throw, gone. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball, and that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Metcalf once again the target, but it's going to be second down. So second down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Check, check. Go back, go back. We got motion, we got motion. Back up, back up. Go. 54. Hey, back up. Check, check. Walk 54, walk 54. Round. He's checking. Crash.
Here's gone. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Here we go. 120. Hey, defense, let's go. Hey, let's go. Go, ground. Pick it up. 55 is my guy, 55. Let's go, D.
From the 50, it's gone. Taking a shot for Samuel. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, I tell you, Brandon, this ball's intercepted, but it is third down. So the silver lining is that since this is so far down the field and there wasn't a big run back associated with it, really this kind of works like a punt. It's not an altogether bad result.
Watch the shit. Check. Lucky. 80 weapon. Check 80. Check 3. You go tight. Red 80. You got tight right there. Shift. Kill. Chest. Red 80.
After the interception, here's Darnold. He's got the connection to Cooper. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. That's good for 21 yards on the catch and run. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start. Here's another 1st and 10.
Red 80. You got me, Red. Don't be scared of it. Recon, 132 fighter.
On the ground, it's Eckler. The linebacker, C.J. Mosley, in on the stop.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Check the backer. Mike's fine.
From the 40 now on second down. Darnold, he's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Darnold now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10.
Bang, 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 bang. 61, matchbox lights. 59's Mike, 59's Mike. Check, 59. Here we go, let's bring it. Man, 80. Let's go, let's bring it. Let's bring it. Watch the edge. Check 9, check 9. Check. Pick the edge. Red 80. Switch it.
Here's Darnold. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Nickel Roby-Coleman. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Stay focused, come on. All right. I got you.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely a couple plays if they want it, but with the field position what it is, maybe better suited to just sit on this one?
I'm with you totally. I would sit on it and get into the locker room and start over. But if they do decide to try and make a play, we know what the basics are. You run draw, you run screen. I would maybe run a little swing pass and try and get my lineman out in space and see if they can chop a hole into the secondary and see if he can run a little bit.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he is out of bounds as they'll start up past the 30. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here at half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Mike 54. Mike 54. Bound to lose one. Hey, watch now. Which wall? 54. Mike 54.
Here's Goff. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hold on. Check.
Goff now to throw. Completes it to Samuel. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Mike 20. Mike 54. Watch the pass. Here we go.
That's a jet sweep into the hands of Metcalf. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Falcons' 46-yard line.
Come on. 180.
Let's make these babies cry all the way.
Hell, you
A give running right is Chubb. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys are going to retake the lead. He's giving him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. This fielded at the 2. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
What we got? Red Eddie. He's crossing. He's checking crack. Get him. Get him.
Once more, here's Eckler. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
It's nice every now and then in this game not to see people overthink it. Just hand it to the old reliable guy. Let him pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Check hot route. Hot.
Hey, seam 6.
58. Right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58.
Now Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. C.J. Mosley, the linebacker, making sure his presence is felt. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down. Caught the defense off guard there a bit on 2nd and long, but now you still have to deal with 3rd and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
Here we go, son. Check. 59. Yo, 80. Check. SOS.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Nick Bosa has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. He gets this away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And they were able to punch it in the end zone last time. They'll be looking to do that again here for the defense. Obviously, they'll be looking to stop them from punching it back in the end zone.
It always is punch-counter-punch, isn't it? And which team has the advantage? Well, let's just go back. Last time on offense, they rolled downfield, got into a good rhythm. You can see a little more bounce in and out of the huddle. You can see the sideline really get into the game. So defensively, you're thinking to yourself, how do we take that away from them? How do we get the advantage back? Let's see what they come up with. I think pressure is always the first way to go.
You love pressure.
I love it.
We'll see if they dial it up this drive. They run again on first down, Chubb. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
You know, it's become cliche, but we have seen it and observed it. When runners have days like what we're seeing right now, they often take their offensive linemen out for steaks afterwards, don't they? They'll go buy them dinner. But after a play like that, he might reduce it, might go to the corner and just grab a hot dog or two, huh?
Hey, I mean, they've still been blocking for him well in this game. They don't get one mulligan up front.
Okay, so what we're saying then is we're going petite filet instead of porterhouse.
8 ounce. 8 ounce is good.
All right, just checking.
19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point. Going to make that defense stand up and stop them. From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10. Down at the 33.
Mike 50, Mike 50. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop. Mike 50, Mike 50. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Hey, Mike's 50, Mike's 50. We own them. We own them.
They'll try the air now with Goff. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Let's go. 180. Double time, double time. Hey, hey, hey. You got three, you got three. 3 down.
They'll run with Chubb. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. Nick Chubb with his 3rd touchdown so far, number 13 now on the year. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. Extra point good by Catanzaro. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the 1st. They need a touchdown, the 2-point conversion, and a field goal. Pretty good start to the drive, though.
Yeah, good start to the drive, but the urgency has to really be increased by both the players on the field and everyone on the sidelines. Got to make sure everyone is up and into this game.
Darnold now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. And he's going to have the hook up here with Harry. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
58 right there. Run it. 58, boy. 58. 58. Mike. There we go. Here we go. Check 15. Check 31. Check 31. Shut down. Motion. Motion. Check. Check. Check.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Strong right, strong right, strong right. You got three down, three down. Tighten up, tighten up, tighten up. Lady. He's coming. We got double up. Watch twist.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's out of bounds just before the midfield stripe at the 49. It goes as a gain of 6, and it's a first down. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on second and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
They go play action here on first down. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Okay, he's not going to get the first down, but this is still a nice job of buying some time and then running to get to the sideline and get out of bounds and avoid the big hit.
Mike, 58, right there. Watch the run. They're running it. Lady. 58,
Looking to throw again on second down. Darnold. And an alley to run. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into some windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Now Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. It's Eckler again. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. Under 4 to play now. Clock running, 3rd down.
Watch the screen.
Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. Buying time to his left. And that will be incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First down and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
Hey, high 7.
To throw is gone. He'll find Metcalf. Past the 20. touchdown! DK Metcalf with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And his guys are going to add on to their lead. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go. Uh-oh, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. It's a gain of 11, and the Falcons pick up the first. So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming, double up. Check, 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 check. Hey, lady.
Protein spill.
Yo, lady. 58's the money. 58's the money.
You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah, yeah. Mike, 58.
The shotgun snap for Darnold. It's caught. Cooper. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. And even 30 yards on a play that began back at the 30. So the big play moves them all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10.
58 to Mike. Watch the screen, watch the screen. Wide, get wide. Tight dog, tight dog, tight dog.
Back to throw, Darnold.
Slap.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sack left, baby. Yum, 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 yum.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Check 52. Land 80.
Here is Heckler. And he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Hey, Charlie.
You don't know no better.
58, right over there, right over there. Yeah.
Darnold now to throw. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, his intended receiver, and now it's 2nd down.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. And this is caught. It's Cooper. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Amari Cooper with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. As they're now just an extra point away from getting back within 1 score. They get one more as the extra point's up and good, as this gets them back within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion. So the lead trimmed down to 8 as here comes the kickoff, and it's away.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. They run it again with Chubb. That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And now the question everyone's wondering, look at the clock, late 4th quarter. Do they put the ball in the air here on 3rd?
I don't. I run the football, and I tell my offensive line, no leakage up front. I don't want my running back hit as I hand the ball off to him. I don't want any type of an issue. But if I am going to throw it, quick throw, out to the perimeter, maybe one of my best receivers running a quick slant or something like that.
3rd and 4. And this crowd urging on their defense. They're up and making noise.
I got you. Say.
Hold on. Check. Super.
Mike spot 4.
Bravo.
Now gone. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. This is taken at the 23. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. They're down here in a 1-score game. But the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
He'll look to throw. Looking for Cooper. That's complete. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. Well, they have had no answer for this connection all night long.
Hey, you just have to think, in a 2-minute situation, that's got to be a concentration lap. You know they're going to go back to him with the game that he's been having.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for a first down for the Falcons.
I know they got a little yardage there, but I'm not sure their investment is right. They're still running the football, and I'm not sure there's enough time to continue to do that.
Hey, Orbit.
He's back to throw. It's hauled in by Shepard. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Mike is 59. Red 80. What's up? Here we go. 59 Mike.
One last throw down for Darnold.
Here we go.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And that is going to seal this victory as time runs out. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on, and that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for our visitors, they get win number 10 on the year as they move to 10-1. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they go down to defeat for just the second time in 11 games so far. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.